1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
In the spirit of Jack Kerouac's famed autobiography, On the Road, my family and I have been driving thousands of miles cross-country, exhibiting and selling my artwork to collectors spanning from Tucson to Baltimore and Portland to Miami. My name is Yosua Tai Wali'i. My professional name is Tai, but my friends just call me Josh. That's me 24 years ago, a little breakdancer. This is me now. Since the days of rockin' Michael Jackson tees and bandanas wrapped around my ankles, the arts have been my preferred method of expression, and very recently I've had some tremendous success with it. I've literally sold thousands of my paintings and prints across the world, and I'm fortunate to have a remarkable amount of collectors right here in our own nation. Somehow I've tapped into the main line of this current generation, and I strive to continue pleasing their intuitions.
Like fun! A flash in my eyes!
This little rambunctious dude is my 4-year-old son, Soul. We call him Soul Man. He's no stranger to our gypsy-like lifestyle. He's been traveling since the day he was born.
And how did you like that? Goodbye!
And this swimming little sweetheart is my 6-year-old daughter, Nale. Both of my kids are tried and true travelers. Having already been to 36 states, they understand and appreciate the rules of the road. And this is Adrian Tai Wali'i. She's also an artist. And lucky enough for me, my wife, my best friend, and the mother of my children, the one I turn to for advice and inspiration. Nearly 8 years ago, both Adrian and I began making a decent living utilizing our artistic abilities, and for the past 3 years we've been collaborating with our artwork, and we've taken to the streets with it, driving across the U.S. selling our work at street fairs and fine art festivals. While crowds gather in our booth on the weekends and I sell to the hundreds and sometimes thousands of viewers, just behind the walls of our setup, Adrian is homeschooling Nale and Soul. It's an abnormal sort of lifestyle, sure, but we thoroughly enjoy it, and it seems to work perfectly for our nomadic personalities. I believe the one thing that almost every American would love to do at some point in their life is travel cross-country, and I'm so fortunate to be able to do that all year long with the ones that I love. We're on the road for roughly 8 months out of a year, staying in hotels and RV parks, but we try to maintain a healthy balance by never being away from our home in Salt Lake City for longer than a month or two. That being said, it usually only takes 10 days or less for us to quickly realize we prefer to be traveling. Just enough time to restock, replenish, and paint new work for our next show, which could be anywhere from San Francisco, Denver, Chicago, New Orleans, Los Angeles, Austin, Miami, Tucson, Minneapolis, Memphis, Santa Fe, Orlando, Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York City, and of course all the small towns in between, where we meet thousands of people each week from all walks of life.
Those ladies are worshipping those skulls.
Yeah.
Something like that. Kind of look like a city burning behind it. Look like Armageddon, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, see? All the men are dead.
Oh, all the men are dead. Oh, I see. Okay.
Who's there? Down the court. Lots of people. They're crazy. Half of the stuff in here you got in here make good tattoo.
Yeah. Beyond the setup of our walls and the hanging of our art, our livelihood is really dependent on the people. And while there is much uncertainty when it comes to the preference of art collectors, I've been receiving an overwhelming amount of recognition for my recent body of work, which includes the use of ballpoint pen and spray paint. As gratifying as that is, my only real goal is to bring to fruition a visual experience that is both honest and profound. But oftentimes I am confronted by people who are curiously appalled by my work, discrediting it with a comment referring to me as a devil worshiper or a druggie, and that always makes for some interesting dialogue. But there are many more who genuinely love our work and are often so inspired by it that they feel they have to own it, so naturally, they buy it. The people who buy our original artwork, they become a part of our family. And why not? They've basically purchased a piece of us.
He's alone.
For myself personally, I'm truly inspired by their stories, and I certainly appreciate knowing that my work connected with them on some sort of level.
Far, far away.
I think we're enjoying the journey. Every day hosts a new cast of characters. There's never a shortage of eccentric people to meet or enlightening places to visit. From one city to the next, we try to visit the rare and sometimes quirky attractions across the states, teaching our children and even learning ourselves the magic of our great nation, which includes its history, diversity, and its magnitude. One thing's for sure, we encounter every possible scenario living on the road, resulting in some good times and some not so good times.
Hey, I don't think so. You don't rotate.
But we experience it all together as a family, and that's created a unique but truly fabulous family dynamic, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I've been rewarded with plaques, prizes, and ribbons for my films and my art, but the true reward is to be able to spend these memorable moments with my wife and my children. We've been hesitant to want to share these times with the world, but after much consideration, my family and I believe we live just too awesome of an existence to not let people have a peek.